Back now to the escalating conflict in Ukraine, joined by Ukrainian MP Lisa Yasko. Hello to you, Ms. Yasko. Thank you for joining us on the programme this morning. You are presently in Strasbourg, aren't you, in France? Tell us why.
Good morning. Well, today and this week there is a parliamentary session of the Council of Europe when we are going to vote for the resolution on the Russian consequences in Ukraine and that atrocities that Russia is currently committing in Ukraine. So we're working very hard to make everything possible that as many countries as possible recognize Russia as terrorist state and that we create a real humanitarian solutions that will protect the human rights and will make sure that we have the exchange of the war prisoners, release of political prisoners. There is a lot to be done this week here in Strasbourg.
Who's listening? Are people open to what you're saying?
Definitely. But, you know, the world used to be very different before this war. And sometimes we lack mechanisms. How can we do it? Because, yes, there are different monitoring missions, there are resolutions, but, you know, when we vote for them, in the end, Russia doesn't care, which means that in the end, it's all about the military support and inventing completely new tools of providing security to the world order right now. This is what we are doing. This is what is the role of Ukrainian delegation right now, because we know it better than anyone what does it mean to live with the war and what exactly should be done to make sure that other countries also don't get into this terrible aggression from Russia.
Our spy chief here in the UK yesterday made a speech and said that we would know before there was any major concern about the use of nuclear weapons. Does that offer you comfort?
Well, no, I don't think it can offer me a comfort because the threat of nuclear war is very, very high. We understand that Putin doesn't have any logic anymore. It's not possible to justify Putin anymore. We understand that he is in his final battle of his life, where he wants to prove to all the world that he can do whatever he wants, including taking lands, killing thousands of people, destroying infrastructure. And we understand that nuclear threat and strike is very possible, but it's not going to change a lot on the scene of Ukraine. Of course, it's a disastrous, it's a catastrophic. For me, it's a big tragedy to see thousands of people being killed, wounded, destroyed lives. But it's not going to change the will of Ukrainian people to restore justice and to restore our territorial sovereignty.
We know that your leader, President Zelensky, spoke to the G7 leaders yesterday by video link. What do you think he took out of that? Do you think he is getting, or that you're all getting, the support that you so desperately need from the wider world?
Well, I'm sure that every speech of Zelensky is very much needed right now because it absolutely reflects the needs and the mood and the situation inside Ukraine. I know that sometimes some Western countries, they are just far and they don't feel the urgency, which is incredibly frustrating for us because, you know, we don't have time for discussions. We are screaming, we're trying to do everything possible to defend with our weapon, our people every second. And, you know, having this kind of discussions that last long, for us, of course, it's not something that brings us lots of happiness. But of course, I'm very happy that there is a connection and a communication bilateral and with the G7 and with the different formats on a daily basis. Even often, this is very important. Yeah, this is very important.
OK, we must let you get back inside and carry on with your work. Thank you very much indeed for joining us, Ms. Yasko. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.